Here's how to impress the IELTS examiner in the IELTS speaking test. A lot of students are always worried about the wrong things. They ask me things like, how do I greet the examiner? And really, this is not something you should be worried about. In this video, I'm going to tell you 6 ways to really impress the examiner and get a high band score on your IELTS speaking test. And at the end of the video, I will tell you exactly how you should greet the IELTS examiner. Now that's out of the way, here are 6 tips to impress the IELTS speaking examiner. Number 1. Fluency. Impress your examiner by trying not to repeat yourself too much and try to limit any hesitations that you may have. Usually hesitations happen when you are searching for complex vocabulary to impress your examiner. However, if you try to speak naturally, your fluency will improve. But if you're trying to shoehorn some complex vocabulary into your speech, you will start hesitating and speaking like this, which lowers your fluency results. So speak naturally. Simplicity breeds fluency. Number 2, coherence. Impress your examiner by making yourself easy to understand and easy to follow. This means you link your sentences together like a jigsaw puzzle. This means you should be making sure that your ideas build on each other using very simple words like because, so, whereas, but, and. They may not sound like flashy, impressive words, but if you use them correctly and appropriately, your examiner will be much more impressed than if you come out with words such as discombobulated. Discombobulated means confused, by the way. Try not to say it in your IELTS speaking test, but if you really know how to use it, you may not discombobulate the examiner. Number 3, idiomatic language. Impress your examiner by using idiomatic language. I was a bit hesitant to put this one in because a lot of students just think, oh, idioms, and they'll spend far too much time learning idioms when they should just be learning how to speak clearly and fluently. I think this is because students enjoy learning idiomatic language. But again, only use it when it's appropriate. I know how fun it is to let your hair down with some great idioms and have a ball impressing the examiner. But only spend about 2% of your time learning some idiomatic language. And don't just learn any old thing. Try to think of ones that will come up naturally in your test. Things like idioms for having fun, idioms for working hard, idioms for spending money, and idioms for relaxing. Choose 3 or 4 idioms for each one and insert them into your speaking if you feel the need, if you feel confident, and if you feel they are relevant. Please, whatever you do, don't say it was raining cats and dogs. IELTS examiners hear this every day and they're bored of it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I am putting together a free online IELTS course. There's a link in the description. So if you can sign up, put your email in, and you'll be the first to know when the free course is released. Number 4, impress your examiner by using precise and natural vocabulary. Precise is the key word here, and often simple language is the best. A simple word used correctly is 100 times better than a complex word used incorrectly. I can't tell you the amount of times that students come in trying to impress the examiner and they'll try to use a complex word instead of a simple word and it sounds wrong. I've had students that come up to me when they're talking about pets and they'll start saying things like my feline instead of my cat, and it just doesn't work. It could have been worse though. They could have said my pussy. Use simple words correctly. That's how to impress the examiner. Number 5. Impress your examiner with good grammatical range and accuracy. Even with a band 9 score, you can make some slips in your grammar and the accuracy of your grammar. So don't worry too much if you slip up. The key way to impress here is by using natural spoken grammar. Using things like the passive voice, or speaking correctly in the past tense, or when you're talking about the future, using the future tense. You could use superlatives. I think the best option is. You could use modal verbs. I should really start going to the gym more. All these are really simple grammatical structures that you can use to impress your examiner. Number 6, impress your IELTS speaking examiner with your pronunciation skills. Mainly, just try to be easy to understand. Don't worry about putting on an accent, it doesn't matter. Improve your pronunciation by thinking about the intonation of your words, what words you should stress. Try to give your speech a little bit of natural rhythm. This all comes with practice from speaking to English native speakers. And even though your body language and your gesture are not explicitly assessed, it will help with your pronunciation. However, the best way to improve your pronunciation, apart from practicing, is to smile when you're speaking. That's all you need to do. If you can do these 6 things that are mentioned in the IELTS speaking rubric, you will impress your examiner much more than what you're wearing or any complex vocabulary. Now, I did say at the start of the video I would tell you the best way to greet the examiner for the IELTS speaking test. And the best way to greet him is, hello. That's it. Watch this video next. Good luck and smash those exams.